What's up guys, it's Joe with Strictly Commerce. Inside of today's video, we're going to be going over everything you need to start Amazon FBA wholesale in 2023.
This is amazing. Amazon FBA, behind the scenes. This is the business. Right here in the grid. Fuck it.
So we have made a couple videos like this before about, the different tools and different softwares and, accounts and the costs involved with starting up this business. But these things are constantly changing. And there's also different things that you need at different starting points within this business. If you're brand new on a tight budget, there's a different way to go about starting compared to somebody that maybe has a budget saved up to start this business, but doesn't really have the time to put into it or something like that. There's multiple different avenues and pathways that you can start to accomplish the same task. And just because you start one way doesn't mean that you have a better or worse chance of actually scaling the business compared to somebody else. So there is opportunity for anybody to start this business in any situation. But what we're going to be going over here specifically is everything you need to start with Amazon FBA wholesale in 2023. And with wholesale comes, a larger budget requirement, a little bit more barrier to entry, but as you guys have heard me say a dozen times before, online arbitrage is easier to start but harder to scale. Wholesale is harder to start but easier to scale. So we're going to tell you exactly how to start wholesale, so that way you do have the best opportunity to scale this business as fast as could realistically be possible. So first things first, for the Amazon FBA wholesale model, you do need two things, and these both are basically non-negotiable. First, you do need Amazon seller account. It's $39.99 a month. You can go to sell.amazon.com and sign up. The application is super straightforward and it'll take you about 30 minutes to complete. Make sure that you have both your driver's license or passport, a bank account, a credit card statement, and also I think you need to either verify your address or do a Zoom call with Amazon, which they will schedule, and just verify yourself. They'll make you hop on Zoom. You'll show your license, compare it to your face, flip it around. They want to make sure that you are who you say you are. But after that, you'll be good to go and approved for an account. Or sometimes Amazon sends a letter in the mail, and that'll just be to verify your address. It'll have a little code on the bottom. You enter in the code, and now you're good to go. With wholesale, the next thing that you're going to need is an LLC or some type of corporation. For a lot of the other models, you can get away without starting with one of these business licenses or a corporation or, some entity to do business under. With wholesale, you really don't have a choice whether or not to get an LLC, because the whole ideology behind wholesale is wholesalers sell B2B only. So meaning these businesses only sell to other businesses. One of their biggest requirements in the beginning is going to be what's your EIN number, which is your business's social security number. And then also they're going to want a resale certificate from your states. That way you don't have to pay sales tax on your items. So there really is no other way to get started with wholesale besides getting an LLC, which is, anywhere from $200 to $500 depending on your state, and get the Amazon seller accounts. That way you actually have somewhere to sell your items. A quick note, once you get your LLC, you're going to want to get a business banking account, business checking, and business credit card, as well as debit card. This will help you separate all your expenses, and also with business credit comes a lot more opportunity to scale without screwing up your personal credit score based on utilization. So those are some other things that you're going to want to get started, although they're not requirements. The third thing that's pretty much non-negotiable that you're going to need to get started is actually downloading and paying for a Keepa subscription. Just go to keepa.com, keepa.com, and sign up for an account and download the Chrome extension. It's €20 a month, so it's $25 a month. And basically this software allows you to see so much information about actually what is going on with each listing that you're searching. We have a full in-depth guide about how to read a Keepa chart on YouTube, so you're going to want to check that out about how to use this software. Just know that if you're going to get one single software for Amazon FBA, this is pretty much the cheapest option and also the most important option that you do need to get started with this business. For wholesale, the fourth thing that you're going to need is some type of prep supplies, whether you're prepping the items at your house, using a prep center, or you're getting a warehouse right off the bat because you're going full-fledged with this business off rip. Although I don't recommend it, it would be fun. You're going to need some prep supplies or a prep center. If you're interested in getting started with a prep center, there's a lot of different options, and you're going to want to look for an overall good prep center. Don't just go for the cheapest rates because they will charge you for other stuff, I promise. If they say they're charging at like the lowest tier pricing, 60 cents per bundle all in, they're charging you for something else on the end where they're making their money, because it's just not possible to prep items for that cheap.
It's a trap!
And then on the flip side, also, there could be expensive rates for the prep per item, but they might save you a ton of money with shipping. So find a prep center that fits your needs. I would recommend getting a smaller tier prep center where they're not a massive operation, so they actually do care about your business, compared to going to one of the biggest prep centers where they're going to lose your stuff and they don't really care about what you're doing. Shameless plug, check out Strictly Commerce Prep. It's coming in the next couple months. We'll have a website, and you guys can reach out to us on Instagram or Discord or TikTok to inquire about prep. We are opening up to new clients. The fifth and final thing that you're going to need for this business is actually getting yourself linked up with some wholesalers. Last week, we came out with a couple videos just about wholesalers, how to find wholesalers, how to open up accounts, and I promise you, Google is one of the best methods to find wholesalers initially, and just going word of mouth through your connections and through your relationships is by far 100% the best way to find wholesalers. Getting a list or trying to find the wholesalers that other people are using is the same as with reverse sourcing, where you're late to the party, and that's how you're going to lose. Don't go through other sellers trying to find their stuff. You don't want to try and just find specific wholesalers that other people are using because you think they're going to work. Go and find your own. The ones that are untapped are going to be the ones that nobody really knows, that are really deep throughout searches that, don't pop up everywhere. They're also going to be the wholesalers that you randomly come in contact with, whether you're driving on the highway and see a giant truck and call the number on the back, or, driving past an office building and you see a giant warehouse that says wholesale. There's a lot of different opportunities to find them. And this is the fifth and final step to getting going with this business. You need some wholesalers so that way you could actually physically purchase the product, ship it in, and get your first sales. Obviously, Amazon is a lot harder than just these steps to get started, but these are all the physical tasks and physical things that you need to have in place to start this business. You don't need a ton of software off the bat. You're going to want to keep it super short and sweet in terms of spending money in the beginning, and you want to put the majority of your beginning budget into just infrastructure, seller account, Keepa, LLC, and then the rest of it, you're really going to want to put into products. That way you can start to see a return and flip. You're going to end up making some bad buys. I wouldn't go out and spend $1,000 on software off the bat that you don't even know how to use because you can't even read a Keepa chart yet. It makes no sense. So that's about it for this video on everything you need to start Amazon FBA wholesale in 2023. We'll see you in the next one, and thank you for your business.